I think Stanley Johnson just let slip something he should have kept to himself. During an appearance on GB News, the father of former British Prime Minister Boris Johnson said this.
So it actually means that countries need to divvy up this carbon budget between them, and then they need to divvy up the sectors, and then they need to have the measures which deal sector by sector with getting the, and if that means actually some of us are told, well, you can't go on a plane, that's fine, that's part of the national plan.
Excuse me?
And if that means actually some of us are told, well, you can't go on a plane, that's fine. That's part of the national plan.
Whoops, old Stanley just said the quiet part out loud.
You can't go on a plane. That's part of the national plan.
So it's part of the national plan in preventing climate change and pursuing the net zero agenda to stop people from being able to fly on aeroplanes. Stanley, you weren't supposed to say that bit.
You can't go on a plane.
Talk about a mask off moment. Yet another brazen admission about what all this is really about. Crushing your standards of living and paving the way for de facto climate lockdowns. Remember, this guy is a poster child for Extinction Rebellion, for Just Stop Oil, the XR rebrand, a billionaire-funded movement of privileged upper-middle-class narcissists who have been causing chaos and mayhem for ordinary working-class people by blocking roads for weeks and chasing social media clout by attacking precious works of art before subjecting us to their posh public hissy fits.
Are you more concerned about the protection of a painting?
Major banks are already creating carbon footprint calculators, which many fear are eventually intended to be rolled into a climate social credit score system, which would block payments for things like flights if you've exceeded your carbon allowance for that month. Computer says no. Of course, such restrictions won't be applied to multi-millionaire Stanley Johnson and his cronies, the type who use private jets like you'd use a taxi, because they can afford to buy carbon credits which allow them to bypass it all. And then they're all heavily invested in the carbon trading mechanism anyway, so it's a win-win for them. Your annual family holiday though, well, we just did a temperature measurement on the tarmac at Heathrow Airport and it says hottest day ever. So say goodbye to that Greek vacation you were looking forward to.
You can't go on a plane.
Get early access to videos, exclusive live streams, and personally DM me. You've seen how much I get demonetized all the time. Well, this is how you support me. By subscribing at pauljosephwatson.locals.com. Please click the link in the description.